This is the story of ex-drug trafficker Rayful Edmond III. Born November 26, 1964, he's an American former drug trafficker that operated in the D.C. area in the 1980s. Edmond is largely responsible for having introduced crack cocaine into the Washington, D.C. area, where the crack cocaine epidemic resulted into escalating crime rate in the city, which became known as the murder capital of the United States of America. Edmond was alleged to have moved large amounts of cocaine in an indictment involving him and two of his associates, Dwayne D.C. Scorpio. It was said that he bought between 1,000 and 2,000 kilos per week from the Blancos brothers, who were associated with the Medellin cartel and sold drugs to Washington area wholesalers. He was have known to been spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on an exclusive store owned by Charles Wynn, who was later convicted on 34 counts of money laundering. Edmond's estimated value was approximately $300 million annually. In 1 year, Edmond's organization, which employed 150 people, committed 30 murders. Edmond was arrested on April 15, 1989, at the age of 24. His arrest was subsequent trial were widely covered by local news and national media. Judicial officials, fearful of reprisal from members of Edmond's gang, imposed unprecedented security during the trials. Jurors identified were kept secret before, during, and after their seating was enclosed in bulletproof glass. The proceedings judge even barred the public from the trial in an effort to protect the jury. Edmond was jailed at the maximum security facility, Marines Court Base, Cotino in Virginia, and flown to the federal courthouse in Washington, D.C. by helicopter each day for his trial. Authorities took these unusual steps due to heightened fears of an escape armed attempt. On September 17, 1990, the district court imposed sentences of mandatory life without parole on 1 count, life without parole on 2 counts, 60 months on 11 count, 48 months, counts 14, 15, 16, and 18. Edmond's sentence would run concurrently. Edmond was eventually sentenced to life in prison without parole. His mother, Constance Boosie Perry, was sentenced to 14 years in prison for participating in criminal enterprise. Several of his sisters and cousins were also sentenced. Edmond continued to deal after being incarcerated in the Lewisburg Federal Penitentiary in Pennsylvania. He hooked up with Denson Dario and Osvaldo Chiqui Blanco, son of Griselda Blanco, who shared the same block with him. Edmond was setting up deals between D.C. area traffickers and Columbia connections while incarcerated. In 1996, Edmond and another drug dealer from Atlanta named Lowe were convicted after conducting drug business from federal prison phones. Edmond received an additional 30-year sentence. In an interview with the Bureau of Prisons, Edmond said he spent several hours a day on a telephone, occasionally using 2 lines simultaneously to conduct drug business. Attorney General Eric Holder criticized the Federal Bureau of Prisons for its lax management that allowed drug deals to be conducted inside the prison. In 1996, federal authorities revealed that Edmond had become a government informant. With Edmond's cooperation, the government arrested 11 alleged drug dealers working in the D.C. area. In exchange for federal prison prosecutors agreed to seek a reduced sentence for Edmond's mother. Edmond is still incarcerated but is now part of the United States Federal Witness Protection Program. The prison where he is held is not being disclosed by the government.